Okay, I got my 250 milliliter flask measured and weighed, and I put some of the methanol mixture in there, and I'm ready to distill it. What I did was I weighed it ahead of time, put the stuff in there, approximately the 50 milliliters, weighed it again so I know exactly how much that weighs. And what I'm going to do is actually heat this in my heating mantle. But what we're going to do something here tricky-wise to help us out for later labs is what we're going to do is we're going to actually want to have this set up so we can raise and lower the mantle around this thing. So what I'm going to do is use our little holder for this. Little black holder. I'm just going to set that round bottom flask right there for now. We're going to be using it in just a second. What I want to do is on your heating manual, there is on the back a place to mount it to a ring stand. I want you to just drop that onto a ring stand. Alright, now it's just on there loose. I haven't tightened it up yet. Now I'm going to come back over here, grab a wing nut clamp and my round bottom flask, and I'm going to connect those up. Now eventually this will sit down in the flask, but I'm not going to actually start out there. I'm going to actually raise it up just enough so it's not towing the bottom. Now the biggest reason I do that is because in later labs we'll want to get to the flask and we don't want to have to disassemble all the rest of the assembly, and by just being able to raise and lower this and then getting access to that will save us time. So we'll be raising this up later and clamping it into place, but right now it's just above it. We'll lower that just a little bit because it doesn't need to be quite that high. Alright, got that, and now I'm going to come back over to my fractioning column that we cleaned earlier. And the clamp's ready to go, so the only thing I'm going to do is grease this up, and then I can just lower that onto here. Make sure my seal's nice and good, and tighten that clamp. Alright, so I got my fractionating column and my round bottom flask ready to go. Now, the rest of the assembly is pretty much like we did with simple distillation. We're going to, on the top of this, have our Y adapter. So I'll grease that up, put it on, and clamp it into place. Alright, so our hot side's ready, and before we go on, I want to make sure that this is nice and vertical. That'll help us out for later on when we do connect the rest of the parts.